Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played with the Tiger 131. This is a tier 7 German premium heavy tank with preferential matchmaking. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on Ravage Capital with tier 7 as the top tier and 3 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, and improved ventilation. I am using a German crew which has 16 crew skills and perks. I am platooned up with Cowboy Arizona, who is also in a Tiger 131. Now we have a matchmaking challenge to deal with this game. My team only has 4 tier 7s while the enemy has 9. And we also have more tier 5s than the enemy. So for my team, a lot is riding on the top tier tanks this game. We have to perform twice as well as the enemy tier 7s. Now being top tier, Cowboy Arizona and I decided to go to this close quarters area of the map and just use our damage per minute to smash our way through. Cowboy Arizona got delayed moving forward because a light tank came up from one of the side streets that he had to deal with. Otherwise, I might have called for a more aggressive push here, because in order to win a situation like this, our guns need to be firing constantly. I definitely haven't had the greatest start to the game, but I've managed to sneak in a few damage hits already, and our 3 Tiger tanks on this flank are doing quite well. Trying to add some momentum to crush this flank, I just charge the T-29, but that ends up being a terrible mistake. I take a big hit from the T-29 and the enemy artillery, and now I'm just hovering at about a third of my hit points with still 12 enemies on the board. Cowboy Arizona saw that our base was being threatened here and started to fall back. Filled with rage, I didn't end up falling back with him and went for the arty first, but now I'm coming to my senses and I'm going to start falling back in the most direct way possible. I'm cutting right through the middle of the map, which is not something that's too smart at this stage in the game. It would be very easy for the enemy to get shots on me here, but I was worried about our base being captured. My team is down by 5 tanks now. That's a pretty steep deficit to climb out of. The first target is the Ep4 sitting right out in the open, who's distracted with one of my teammates on the right. I'm getting some easy shots in here, and that's a top tier tank, so I'm not worried about the light tank that's streaking by. Cowboy Arizona manages to clean up that light tank. We've successfully defended the base, but we're still down by 3 tanks here. This T-20 drives right out into the courtyard here, and I'm not sure what he was hoping to accomplish, but he is an easy target for us. I see 2 light tanks coming around my flank, and so I tuck into this little corner here. I managed to hit the streaking AMX ELC and track him. Oh my gosh, the chappie ran right in front of my shot. You don't get much luckier than that. I was worried about getting swarmed there, so I had asked Cowboy Arizona to help me take out those light tanks quickly. We let that T-20 get some easy shots on us, even though he only had 15 hit points left, but it works out alright. Our Tiger 1 teammate that didn't fall back with us, but instead headed towards the enemy artillery, has managed to completely clean up that flank, and all that's left in the game is an AT-7 out in the middle of a field. Since I'm on low hit points, I'm waiting for Cowboy Arizona to regroup with me before I crest the hill here. And the way we're positioned, one of us takes the AT-7's front and one of us goes along the side. That pretty much dooms this turretless tank destroyer. I managed to snag the finishing kill there. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how we did. For this game, I earned 61,000 silver, with 2,500 of that being from an op, and I earned 13,455 experience with the 5 times multiplier from Memorial Day. In this game, I dealt 3,182 damage, assisted with 391 damage, and destroyed 5 enemies while blocking 430 damage. This earned me High Caliber, a Mastery Badge First Class, and a Brothers in Arms Medal, which is a sign of a great platoon performance. I'm happy to report that I'm able to keep my damage standing at that 3 mark level. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,725. I managed to hit 20 of my 23 shots and penetrate 18 of those. My platoon mate Cowboy Arizona also had a great game, getting 2,562 damage and destroying 4 enemies. But there's one more tank to point out here, my teammate Tiger 1. The Firebird managed to get 2,379 damage and destroy 3 enemies. all 3 Tiger tanks taking up the top 3 spots on the team, and the Chi-Ri right below that. As top tier tanks, we all came in and did our jobs there, which you always hope for from your top tier tanks. It's interesting to note that between us 3 Tiger tanks, we managed to get 12 kills. Considering the important role each of us played in winning that game, I give us an honorary crucial contribution. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the fuel tank and injured the driver in the IS, destroyed the fuel tank in the A44, and damaged the ammo rack in the AT7. For me, that game looked like something out of an Expendables movie. Outnumbered and outgunned, and against long odds we just managed to rip the enemy apart. There was a lot of great platoon coordination between myself and Cowboy Arizona that game, and without it we wouldn't have been able to mount such an effective defense. Always remember, it's important to focus fire and cover each other's backs when you're in a platoon. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.